Can we bring in Rod Black, please? Clark's like, yep. Get Rod Black on the screen. What do you...
Hello, boys.
You got your hair cut? Salons open out there?
Somewhat. How you doing?
You're very color-coded and you look great. What are you rocking today?
I should be ready to play some golf is what I should be able to do.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I'm not today. No, I'm not. Yeah, color coordinated. I don't know what color. Yeah. Please, it's not Argo colors, okay? People always say, oh, you're wearing a certain color, you must be cheering for that certain team. We don't cheer for anybody.
I'm trying to dupes. What color is that? That black and blue. That's like almost Carolina Panthers comes to mind now when I say that. But
Carolina Panthers.
That's it.
Perhaps.
There you go.
Tampa Bay Lightning, perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Roderick, how did you feel about the CFL news, the unanimous vote?
Oh, man. I think last time we talked, we said we were going to talk hopefully when the season was going to open. So here we are. I'm jacked. I'm juiced. I'm jabbed. I'm vaccinated. Now that helps too. So I think everybody's excited. I think it's great for Canada. It's great for the sports fan in Canada. It shows another sign that we're starting to get back to normal somewhat. I know there still are concerns and safety precautions, and everybody out there has to be obviously aware that we're still not out of this yet. But man, I don't know about you guys. I mean, I've really missed Canadian football, especially after losing it all of last year. And we had a real concern, you guys, that if we didn't see it this year, what was the future? So, hey, it's all great news. I'm sure you're hearing it from the fans. I know it's only a 14-game schedule. I know this, and I know the Grey Cup's going to be in December. Who cares? Something is better than nothing.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, the players have agreed to 19 or more amendments to the CBA. Like, everybody just wants to play. But as I look over your shoulder, are you at home, Rod?
Yeah.
The Argo helmet over your shoulder is going to bring about, there must have some significance to you, but people are going to say, oh, he's an Argo fan. I knew it.
No, I'm not. Here we go. There's a Tie-Cat helmet over there, too. I got every helmet. I got a Rider helmet here, too, somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, no. Here, I'll just in case it's the that is I don't even know why I got that. Honestly, I get a lot of stuff, and I don't keep a lot of stuff. I really don't. And so what happens is I end up giving it to an auction, and I just probably don't think that I gave that one away. So
cool.
Anyway, I have lots of, look at, hey, well, yeah, there you are. What do you got in front of you there? You got a UC helmet. You got a Canada face mask, which is great.
Got Vladdy here.
How about that? Did you? Oh yeah, Vladdy. So you got to represent everything. I think I got everything in here. So try to represent every sport. I mean, it goes to show you that we have absolutely no life.
Oh, I know. But you were starting to say something. You said, "How about that something?" What were you getting to?
I think there were a lot of people that were really concerned last year, and there was a lot of heat on the commissioner of the Canadian Football League, on the CFLPA. I think I'm really proud of the owners and everybody trying to find a way. I mean, it could have been very easy that they could have probably just shut down, but it was, maybe no news on the background was good news, the way it came out this way. I always kind of felt that it was going to happen. We just had to wait until we could probably see more vaccinations, Rod, so we can see fans in the stands. And we probably had to see that, maybe the numbers are going to drop seriously, and they're starting to drop seriously across the country. So it's all good news.
Absolutely. So when you get in the booth, I got to ask your thoughts on this. We had Charleston Hughes sitting in that chair right here yesterday. He plays for Toronto.
Right there. There you go, right there.
Yeah, over there. Yeah. But hey,
there.
It's musical chairs, Rod. Like, your depth charts are going to be... You can't use any from the last time these guys played.
Dude, yeah. Everything changes. It is unique. It's unlike it's ever been before. I think I remember there was a time when the quarterbacks all changed in the league, but it was only the quarterbacks. I mean, there are players that have shifted so much during free agency and trades. The team here in Toronto, where I am, man, they made some serious changes. Pinball Clemens has made some significant moves. I think Saskatchewan, the Dion Lacey move was huge. I mean, losing some players that the Rough Riders lost, but they're still, in my mind, one of the powerhouses out west. My thing is, like, people are asking me, like, who do you think? I mean, clearly, you go back, you can't even go back a year and a half ago, Rod, to say, well, Winnipeg, Hamilton, or Saskatchewan and Hamilton, or, you can't. Anything could happen, I suppose, in a 14-game schedule. And the powers have shifted, but I do still think the powers at B are certainly still in Hamilton and Winnipeg and Saskatchewan, and likely, probably with the Argos, who have really, I don't even want to say reloaded. They loaded up. So we'll see. Here's the thing: no preseason games, which may be good for some people. They're going to shake off some rust for a few weeks. You better get off to a good start.
Well, I don't know how much thought you've put into this. I've been thinking about it just now. Ryan Dinwiddie's maiden voyage guiding the Argos, Paul LaPolice in Ottawa, Rick Campbell in BC, and these are just the coaches. Some delicious storylines. Right, in Edmonton. Yeah. You love that kind of stuff, the storylines.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, and there's a beauty to it. I actually saw Lapo recently during a sad occasion, during Chris Schultz's memorial. Losing Schultz over the last few months really was a sad news to all of us, all the Canadian football fans, but had a really good long chat with Lapo that day and how much he was loving Ottawa and looking forward, to rekindling his relationship with Matt Nichols again. And you saw what happened with Nichols and Nick Arbuckle, who basically it was a free agency trade. At the same time, free trade, I guess you could say. It was such a bizarre off season. You just never knew who was going to go where and who was going to do what. And I still think, hey, I don't know how the rosters are going to be cut down or pared down or what happens, but there are going to be some seriously talented football players who could become available before August 5th. That also could switch teams before then. But you're right. I love the storylines with the coaches and the good guy coaches in the league, too. All those guys you mentioned are such good guy coaches, like the guy that you have in Regina, who is a great guy. And we shall see. I mean, you can see I'm a little giddy because I'm excited to get back at it. I wish we could get back at it tomorrow.
Well, you were in the league long before I was. I mean, Kahari Jones, super dude. Orlando Steinauer, super dude. O'Shea, if you get to know him, super dude. If you don't,
super guy.
Yeah, he looks like you know what I mean.
Good to fish with. I mean, your relationships. That's one thing about the CFL, Rod. You know this. Everybody who covers this league knows this. The relationships that you really build. You see, I'm sure you had it with Charleston in your studio the other day. The players in this league are just good people for the most part, and they want to do good work in the community, and generally they live in your community afterwards. And that goes to the coaches too. And you're right. There have been some bad actors in our league in many ways. There have been some jerks in the league. There have been some jerk coaches in the league too. Guess what? They don't last long generally. So the good guy Canadian Football League is ready to launch again.
Yes, you nailed it. I could talk to you about this stuff forever. But the one thing why I hate when coaches get fired in any league is that they're good coaches. They got hired for a reason, and they are people too. Mark Trestman and I talked about that, like how much it hurt him when he got fired by the Bears. Like, he's a great coach, right?
Yeah,
and
great coach, great person, by the way.
Yes.
Just, like, unique, kind of quirky. Obviously, if people could say that, professorial, they say that. Mark Trestman's a fascinating guy. And one of the most successful coaches, dare I say that, likely could be in the Hall of Fame as well for what he has done, right?
But the fans don't see that, right? And that's the best part, when you can get a peek behind the curtain in whatever documentary you do or whatever. Hey, I just wanted to chat with you about the playoffs in the association. I've been watching casually. Canada's team not in them anymore, but holy smokes, 2 games tonight. That series are 2-2. Kawhi's out tonight. How much are you enjoying the NBA playoffs?
Oh, I love it. It's unique because I think I chatted with you a couple of years ago, and the Raptors had won the NBA championship, and I was pivoting the next day to go to a CFL opener in Edmonton that night. And I think I didn't get any sleep doing that game, so scrambling that. And that was the last opener that I did on time. So now we're looking forward to August 5th. So now I got a little time to be a fan and watch the NBA. I feel bad for Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers because of that injury. That dunk the other night, by the way, might have been the all-time greatest NBA playoff dunk I've ever seen. And it just goes to show you the kind of player he is. But it's a bizarre postseason, Rod. It's bizarre in hockey. It's been bizarre in basketball for sure. The teams that play team defense and grind it out seem to win. You don't know how to predict. I'd hate to be a Las Vegas odds maker. Chris Paul, now being part of that protocols platform that they have, could miss some games in the Western Finals, which is so sad for the NBA fan. But the Clippers are going to miss Kawhi Leonard. Without Kawhi Leonard, they may not be able to advance. And then last night you saw what happened as well when you can't finish. The Milwaukee Bucks, for whatever reason, this team cannot finish big games. And the Brooklyn Nets, who I still think have the MUP, most unstoppable player, and Kevin Durant, just seem to turn it up. And yeah, they're the dream team, but they've been hurt too. So any of the teams that are left now, honestly, in my mind, could win the championship. My betting money probably would be on the Nets right now because I think they are getting healthier and they are so damn good. Damn good. The Phoenix Suns story, by the way, is spectacular. And,
yes, it
and Chris
is.
Paul doing what he's doing. He's a future Hall of Famer. I don't think anybody saw the Phoenix Suns before this season began advancing to the NBA Finals. There's a very good chance they could.
Why would you see them advance? They never do. Not since Steve Nash was a player. But the feeling of hopelessness in the Valley of the Sun was just, I felt so bad for them. Yeah. So they come around. But speaking of Nash, and I'll end on this, what a wonderful storyline for Canadians to pull for. Like the Nets, everybody hates them. I get it. I like that. I like Harden, Durant, and what they're doing there, Kyrie. But Steve Nash, man, there's the team you want to cheer for.
Yeah, if you can't cheer for Steve Nash, or if you don't like Steve Nash, you don't like basketball and you don't like Canada basketball. And, his story is just so unique. And I was talking to my kids the other day about the first chance I really had a chance to do an interview with Steve was years ago. He was at Santa Clara and I'm watching him on the sideline thinking, man, who would have ever thought this underrated small school, this guy was about to gets drafted as the highest Canadian at the time, changes the NBA, the way they play the game right now. There might not be a Steph Curry if it wasn't for the way that Steve Nash played the game at the time, pass first, three-point shot, all of those things. And then to see him on the sideline as a coach and by the way, also become a two-time MVP and a Hall of Famer. I think he's had a tough job though, Rod. I think it's not easy. I don't think it's easy to coach superstars. But the best thing for him is he's been around it. Remember he went to LA with that dream team and he was around Kobe and all of them. And he saw that, you might have great players, but you might not win. And so what is that elixir or that potion? I like the way he manages the game. But it's so cool to see him out there, and yeah, we have to have some sort of Maple Leaf rooting interest right now until the Raptor season begins, or we see more Canadians in the NBA final.
And Nash was with Golden State. He got a ring as I think he was at a consultant, so I'm sure he learned a little bit there about egos and stars, right?
I will tell you a quick story about Steve Nash to tell you how driven this guy is and how much he loves the game. And he, by the way, is a huge. He's a well-read person. He's a huge historian on Canadian and American history, world history. He's a smart guy. He just didn't go to college to play basketball. He's a smart guy. But to give you an idea of how hard he works at a craft is, I go back to, this is early 90s. I was in Victoria. He had the key to his high school, St. Michael's, and he said, "Yeah, I'd love to do this little interview with you, but I'd like to shoot. I gotta shoot around. Do you mind shagging for me?" And I went, "Shag? What? What? Oh, you mean get the ball? Oh, yeah." And so he had to make 300 3-pointers. Make 300 3-pointers, and just do the average. He was probably shooting around maybe 38 to 40%. So we were there for a good couple hours. I was sweating much more than Steve was. But at that time, as a young kid, I saw this incredible obsession he had with the game and passion and work ethic. And he's taken it to coaching. Whatever he does, whatever Steve Nash does, he takes it to the highest level. That's why he And for all the kids out there who are watching, who play a sport, don't be bitter, be better. That was his thing. Every single day. BED, better every day. And that's Steve Nash. And hey, if the Brooklyn Nets don't get through, don't think for a moment that they might want to make a coaching change. That's the way the NBA works. But I have a feeling that Steve could be slipping a ring on his finger with this team.
A wonderful catch-up. Rod, thank you for the time.
Yeah.
And I look forward to CFL football with you.
Oh, buddy, I can't wait. I'll give you a COVID hug. There you go. And
thanks, Blackie.
Yeah, I'll see you. Hey, it's great that we start out west. So we will get together for a lunch, a coffee. We'll get together somehow.
You need to get in here.
I will be there. I'll bring Dwayne in, but you might have to bring a caterer.
We're good with that. Trust me, we're good with that. Yeah.
Done.
All right. Thanks, Rod.
Thanks, boys. Have a great day. Have a great week. And hey, happy CFL season.
There you
go.
go.
Not too far away.
Thank you, man. Rod Black joining us from Toronto. Just one of the all-time great dudes in sport.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.